What is lore short for? Hold on. What is lore short for? Fucking niggers. What is lore short for? I'ma kill you, nigger. What is lore short for? Body of traditions and knowledge on a subject or held by a particular group, typically passed from person to person by word of mouth. I thought it was lore. Get the fuck over there, you cocksucking nigger. I'm gonna slit your goddamn throat.
Cherry Fire mentioned in the chat, I saw you. Who the hell is that other mystery person? Because none of us in the chat know. None of us in this. I was about to scream in Discord, what the hell? Who is that other person? Cherry, who is that? Do you know? Martin, do you know? Who is the other person? I'm mad. I don't know who that is. He wouldn't tell us. He doesn't. You know? Why do I know? I don't know who it is. You know who it is? They're not even in the Discord. How do you know? Do you know lore secret? They're not in the Discord. Are they hidden from me? Cherry, how do you know? Clearly it's me. Sun God, you better stop it. I'm upset I don't know. Someone tells me everything. What is absolute snitch job? I can't believe it. Apple, you tell Cherry Fire who that is, and I don't know who that is. I want to know who it is right now, this instant.
I wanna just
I want to know who it is right now, this instant. I can't believe it. You're a big old snitch. Stop snitching. I want to know. Oh wait, Apple, are they hidden? Are they in the Discord, but like on a hidden welcome in a channel we don't know? Can you please tell me this? Who is that? Cherry just snitched on. Cherry just snitched on you. So you snitching with Cherry? I can't believe this. I'm not running this dungeon right now. You see the 312. I'm not running this dungeon until you tell me who this is. Right now, this is this. I'm gonna take you. We're gonna stand here in silence right now. Who the hell is that person? Who the hell is that person? And are they hidden in the Discord? So I said, instead of you being mad, you should check your
shit.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I saw it. Cherry! Cherry! Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Oh, Cherry, it's perfect. You just need to add one tiny little detail. Can't wait. Hold on. Okay, it's perfect. But is there hold on. Hold on. How about that? Tell me if that's possible. Because, because of the lore of, let me know if that's possible. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, because it doesn't show. Maybe just a little thing, That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to say too much more. Mifflin Music Unlocked, got him. Yes? Okay. Claps in chat. Everyone claps.
What?
Just a little bit for lore.
Motherfucker.
Just a little something extra. A nice little addition. Because Cherry making the skit, everybody. Cherry
Ah, you assholes.
Cowboy starts again. It starts on Saturday. I'm gonna start streaming about 11:45 a.m. Eastern time. 15 minutes before we chit chat a little bit, leading into the event. Dance in the chat. Cherry making my skin. Cherry making my skin. So good. Mifflin forever. Oh, damn! I jumped perfectly inside this thing. Hold on, let me get a good angle. Hold on. Look at my cute little road. My little cultist road. This is a perfect outfit for the Infernal Descent. Bing, 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 bing. This is a cute little elf. Look at this. Okay, now, Apple, who the hell is that person? I will cast smite upon thee. Who is that? Who are people guessing it is then? Who are people guessing it is? Because at first, when I looked at the picture, for me, it's giving like it has like a mustache. Like, you know those big giant mustaches that go over the mouth? Like those big Western mustaches. Because it looks like it's the little, the little thing over the cheek, under the cheekbone, to give me big mustache. I said Mumbo Jumbo, but I know it's probably not Mumbo. Mumbo's very busy. He's mountain climbing. He doesn't have time for that. But I gave Mumbo Jumbo vibe. It gave Mumbo Jumbo because of the mustache that I'm thinking it is. Sylvie said it might have been a gas mask, but I don't know. Apple, can you confirm? We have gas masks. Can we gas people? In Cowboy SMP. Because if we could gas people, I'm guessing maybe it could be gas mask and not a mustache. But I don't want to go that route because then, you know what? We talked about the handcuffs, gassing people is a whole nother level. So I don't know who that is. Some people are saying Jimmy. He was a cute little sheriff one time. I got Spike 5. Oh my god, yeah, I got Spike 5. I'm ready to battle right now. Whoever it is, I'm upset because they're not in this freaking Discord. They're not in the Discord. It's a secret to everyone. People think it's mustache or a mask or a mustache. I was thinking it could have been the bandana cover up, but it's not because the bandana's around their neck. Who the hell is this? Who is this? It's Shovel with a beard. Monk Swamp. Oh my god! Imagine it could give Moggy vibe, but Moggy does have the long hair, so this is a little bit shorter.
Mythical sausage face reveal. Mythical sausage face reveal. Fucking.
Here are the most famous face reveals. So the popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream removed his mask in 2022, showing his face to be this, which ended up being in line with speculation a few years prior. Under the outfit, Dr. Disrespect is just a normal guy who looks like this, and behind the screen, video compiler Daily Dose of Internet looks like this. Sia, who notoriously keeps her face behind her wig, face revealed in 2016 to look like this, and the band Slipknot was revealed to look like this just a few years ago. Odd Ones Out was revealed in 2018 to look like this, and Beluga, the YouTuber, was revealed to look like this just a couple of years ago. In the DJ community, Marshmello took his mask off in 2022, looking like this. deadmau5 removed his head in 2015 to look like this. The Kazette members took off their costume recently to look like this, and Daft Punk, after years of obscuring it, were found to look like this. And lastly, the controversial artist Banksy is Robin Gunningham, who looks like this. Pretty cool, right? Here are the most famous face reveals. So the popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream removed his mask in 2022.
Pearlescent moon. She's cool as well. Pearlescent moon. Pearlescent moon. Fucking idiots. Pearlescent moon. I'm gonna kill you, cunts. Pearlescent moon. I'm gonna slit your fucking throat, Google. Pearlescent moon. You fucking niggers.
Hello everyone, my name is Pearlescent Moon and welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 10, Episode 40. I've still got this tag in my hand, but
I don't know, but Mel, did you see the next Minecraft update is Copper Golem? Okay, wait. New mob and gear in the next game drop. Oh. Holy loud, what the heck?
I'm Agnes, and I have always yearned for the mines. Today, we are here in Falun to meet a new friend, and I will tell you more about the upcoming new game drop.
Who is this? Who is this? What'd she
Can you
say her
guess
name was?
what we are
Agnes?
looking for? This mine has in a way inspired the work on a new mob. Some of you might recognize this mob from a previous mob vote. Hello, little friend.
That's crazy.
The Copper Golem!
He's back!
Some of you might recognize the Copper Golem from the 2021 mob vote. And
That was
today,
2021?
we will show you how we have reinvented it. But
Holy
that's
crap.
not all, because the next game drop will also include some other copper features.
Who? Wait, I love
My
copper.
personal relation to copper in game is that I mine a bunch of it, forget that I can't use it for tools, and then hoard it in my inventory.
I love copper. Am I crazy? I think it's so pretty.
Abundant in Minecraft, so we wanted to make it more useful, to give it more of a purpose.
So today, we are releasing the Copper Golem, the Copper Chest, and Copper Armor, Tools, and Weapons to Bedrock Beta and Preview.
Functionality quite a lot.
Oh.
The new design is that it's gonna
Hold on. How you get this fucking fog out of that goddamn way? How the fuck? Why's the brightness so goddamn high? What the fuck happened to the goddamn... How do I get rid of that fog shit? It's annoying. The fuck? Okay, what the fuck is going on? Oh. Mm. The hell is up with this damn? What's with this red screen and shit? Hold on. Why? Why is that one up? Why is that one red though? Bum 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 bum. If you need someone to count on, count me in. I love that song. Dreaming of your love and not knowing where to start.
I don't know, but Mel, did you see the next Minecraft update is Copper Golem? Okay, wait. New mob and gear in the next game drop. Oh. Holy loud, what the heck?
I'm Agnes, and I have always yearned for the mines. Today, we are here in Falun to meet a new friend, and I will tell you more
Konnichiwa.
about the
Konnichiwa.
upcoming new game drop.
Who is this? Who is this? What did she say your name was?
What we are
Agnes?
looking for. This mine has in a way inspired the work on a new mob. Some of you might recognize this mob from a previous mob vote. Hello, little friend.
That's crazy.
The Copper Golem!
He's back!
Some of you might recognize the Copper Golem from the 2021 mob vote.
That was 2021?
How we have reinvented it. But that's no problem, because the next game drop will also include some other copper features.
Ooh. Wait, I love copper.
Personal relation to copper in game is that I mine a bunch of it, forget that I can't use it for tools, and then hoard it in my inventory.
I love copper. Crazy. I think it's so
really
pretty.
abundant in Minecraft. So we wanted to make it more useful, to give it more of a purpose.
What the goddamn motherfucking
We are
fuck?
releasing the Copper
Goddamn
Golem
cocksucking niggers.
and copper armor, tools, and weapons to Bedrock Beta and Preview.
Oh. What?
We haven't added a tool and armor tier since the Nether update, so this is a really big and exciting thing.
It's easier to find copper than iron, so for players early in the player journey, we think it will be really helpful
What the
to
heck?
have this tier of copper tools between stone and iron.
I'm hoping that the update will see a lot more people using copper and making sure to mine it and actually put it into tools. It fits really nicely into the sort of early game progression, using copper for things you maybe would have before either been stuck on stone or you had to decide whether you want to use iron for.
So, obviously, the Copper Golem fits perfectly into this game drop.
She's so cute. Ooh, that is orange.
Copper Golem was a fan favorite and one beloved in the development team as well, and we wanted to bring it back with a bit more of an engaging mechanic, and also because it's just a cute little thing.
Real.
We've changed the Copper Golem functionality quite a lot.
Let me take all the
The new design is that it's going to move around and take items from copper chests, put them in either empty chests or chests with a matching copy of that item.
I like
to sort of
that.
help clean up your inventory.
Oh, I like that a lot.
The copper chest is created when you summon the Copper Golem. So it will come already with batteries included, kind of.
Batteries
That
included.
it has copper chests where you can start putting items
they're
into
pretty.
already as
They're
soon as,
badass. Fuck
Copper
yeah.
Golem.
You can also craft copper chests yourself if you take a regular chest and surround it with copper ingots.
one big thing for me is that the copper golem can add life to your build, kinda like adding inhabitants.
Bum, bum, bum,
You
bum,
can
bum,
walk around and actually do things which will make your build
bum.
feel very alive.
What is this
And I
house?
think that's really charming.
Who built this? Which game dev built this house? I want to have a word. What is happening? I mean, what is going on? Also, why is the wheat like this? Someone just... I like the lights, but I don't know. Someone just had their kid hop on and say, "Can you build us a house real quick?"
I'm
What?
not late, you
You
are.
motherfucker.
Hi, Yasha. Thank you for the 10 months. I can't get over the fact that we used mangrove doors with this build. Anyway,
God
we shall
damn
continue.
you. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you
Comes a lot from
cocksucking
talking with the
niggers.
community and talking with creators. Inventory management has become a bigger and bigger thing in Minecraft as more items have been added. So being able to have something that goes around and
I
moves
like
things in your
that.
base and helps sort of organize things is a big bonus.
I actually
So it
really
feels
like
good
that.
that the copper golem is making a comeback. When we, look at the visions for future game drops, we always revisit old ideas as well to find the best ideas for the right drop.
For me, the best thing with the Copper
Mhm.
Golem is the cuteness and the animation.
The look of it's mostly the same as it was in the mob boat. We've updated the textures
mob boat?
when it's
Cute.
oxidizing over time to make it look a bit nicer.
So I think there is something very fascinating with seeing time passing in a world like a Minecraft world.
Right.
And that's why I'm so fond of copper oxidizing over time, because it means that you can see the history of your Minecraft world. And when you summon the copper golem and place a block of a certain oxidation state, the copper golem will get that same
Ooh,
oxidation
that chest is rough.
All these new copper features are available in beta and preview for Bedrock right now.
Wait,
In beta and preview for Bedrock.
Bedrock doing something first. No. No. Okay, we'll have to wait.
Right now. Did we place any torches on our way here?
Where?
Wow. Wait. They kind of cooked with that. They kind of cooked with that. I don't care for the armor or the tools necessarily, but I love the chest and the copper golem. That is so sweet. I'm actually really excited about that. Bedrock finally getting something first. Usually they get snapshot things later. Dude, I know. I was shocked when she said that. When she said Bedrock first, I was like, surely not. Oh, yeah, I love the armor colors. I definitely don't hate the armor. I don't know how much I'll use it. I'll have to see in early game when it's put in, obviously, into Java. I'll have to check that out. That's really cool. I don't think you can have the weathered copper. Let me see. I think it just showed how do we craft it?
So today we are releasing the copper golem, the copper chest, and copper armored
Yeah, I think it can only be this.
tools.
Why is this not copper colored? Is it just the lighting? This is like bright orange and everything else has this actual copper color to it. This is orange. Maybe it's just the lighting. It's polished. I guess that is true. Resin armor. It kind of does look like what resin armor. Hi, Katana. Thank you. I love the use of the copper chest. I think that is going to save my life. Because you guys know I'm not exactly the most amazing with my chest organization. I'm not. But this will help, no? Like, this is going to help me tremendously. Like, look at him go.
Golem was a fan favorite and one beloved in the
Look at him searching.
as well. And we wanted to bring it back with a bit more of an engaging mechanic, and also because it's just a cute little thing.
See what he said.
The Copper Golem functionality quite a lot.
The new design is that it's going to move around and take items from copper chests, put them in either empty chests or chests with a matching copy of that item. To sort of...
We actually get it's basically an auto sorter with no redstone, honestly. Because as long as you keep your chests organized and you just take, basically you just need to take the stuff out of your. Oh my gosh, I'm just already thinking about what I'm going to do. I'm definitely just going to have the copper chests at the opening of my storage room, and then have a hopper go down into it, and then I'll just place my shulker boxes from when I'm mining or exploring or anything like that, and I'll just have it do it like that. That's going to be great. I already loved copper. I'm a big fan of copper. I think it's really fun and very unique block. That is great.
Ready to go? Here we go, chat. Me, man. This seems so extra, man.
I'm Agnes, and I always yearn for the mines. Today, we're here in Falun to meet a new friend, and I will tell you more about the upcoming new game.
Dude, this was a business trip. This was this was paid for by Microsoft and Mojang. Are you serious? This is crazy.
We are here in Falun to meet a new friend, and I will tell you more about the upcoming
This is hanging out in a mine. Oh my god.
Can you guess
my god.
what we are looking for?
Yo, Jesus Christ.
This mine has in a way inspired the work on a new mob.
The mob that got
Some of you
voted
might
out.
recognize this mob from a previous mob, but
Yes. Agnes, I am being so real right now. Agnes, is this going to be a pattern? Is this a pattern that we can look forward to? Are we getting piss cow? Agnes? Agnes?
hello, little friend.
No way, she's just on the oh my god, she's on the laptop in a cave.
The copper golem.
Oh my
You
god.
might recognize the copper golem from the 2021.
Yes, yes.
And today we will show you
We wanted
how
them all.
we have reinvented it. But that's not all, because the next game drop will also include some other copper features.
Hmm?
My personal relation to copper in game is that I mine a bunch of it, forget that I can't use it for tools, and then hoard it in my inventory.
Dude's not even using Silk Touch. Holy shit.
Sorry.
Not true though,
Copper
true.
is really abundant in Minecraft, so we wanted to make it more useful, to give it more of a purpose.
So today,
I'm covering fucking people's names.
Dude, what are these one veins? Not cool, game, not cool. Cool.
Ready to go? Here we go, chat. Me, man.
The hell?
Hello and welcome to a brand new series, Build Like an Artist. In this series, we will be covering basic art principles and art skills to help you.
Brutalism is a pretty controversial style of architecture that most people either love or hate, and it's sort of grown in popularity recently with the release of the film The Brutalist, which is a film that not a lot of architects really like, but that's besides the point. And a common misconception is that brutalism is named so because of its brutal geometric forms, but in reality, its name comes from the French béton brut, which means raw concrete, and that's sort of like the driving factor behind this style, as it's mainly composed of exposed raw concrete. Their developments in like concrete technology like allowed for concrete to finally be able to, sit out in the open without weathering away. And so this was sort of a new way of expressing that wasn't available before the 50s. Now, brutalism has a couple key characteristics. It's sort of a no-frills type of architecture where the materials are left exposed or as is. There's not a lot of dressing up. You get raw concrete, raw brick. Wood is highlighted as wood. You want to like sort of accentuate the innate qualities of the material you're using. It's comprised of a lot of geometric forms, described as massive, which doesn't mean it's like large in scale. It just means that these kind of masses are, composing the building. And it was a style that was used in a lot of public buildings, not so much, especially not like private single-family homes, but more so in government buildings. Boston City Hall is a good example, but lots of libraries and on a ton of college campuses, you'll find these going on in your structure, whether they're kind of the same shape repeated in a cross pattern. Not the most beautiful building in the world. I think it was voted like ugliest college campus building at least a couple times, and it's kind of got a cult following here on campus. It's supposed to get torn down soon. They're saying 2026, but it's been marked for demolition for who knows how many, like 20, 30 years, because obviously being one solid pour of concrete, this thing is really, really heavy, and it's currently sinking into the ground and leaning over. So, better safe than sorry in tearing it down, but it's also really, really difficult to kind of tear it down, which is a shame, because as ugly as it is, it's kind of iconic, and so I wanted to immortalize it here. Alright, that's it for this quick look at brutalism in Minecraft. Please drop a like and subscribe if you're interested in architecture or Minecraft and you'd like to see more videos like this one. Let me know in the comments if there are any other styles that you'd like to see, and that'll do it. See you next time, guys.
Hello and welcome to a brand new series, Build Like an Artist. In this series, we will be covering basic art principles and art skills to help you in your journey to become a pro Minecraft builder. In today's video, I will be covering the #1 skill that I think you need to learn in order to become a better builder in Minecraft. Now, there is so much that we could cover in this video, which is why it's going to be a series and not one video, because it would literally be impossible to cover it all. This first principle is a little bit difficult if you don't have a lot of art knowledge or experience. However, it is without a doubt the most important skill. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about learning how to use reference. Now, what does this mean? In the visual arts, using reference is the practice of using source materials or objects to inspire or inform the artist in the creation of their artwork. Let's break this down. Generally speaking, there are 3 main types of reference. There is same medium reference, different medium reference, and real life reference. Now, medium in art refers to the material that you're using. So, for example, watercolor paints versus acrylic paints versus drawing, like a pencil drawing, versus a sculpture.
What?
So, in our case today, our medium that we're using, pencil drawing versus a sculpture. So in our case today, our medium that we're using is Minecraft. So a main medium reference would be maybe another Minecraft build that you saw that really inspires you, or that you really like the block palette. Now, this is great for beginners because if you don't really know how to build in Minecraft, it can be really overwhelming to even know where to place blocks to make it look good. So if you are copying someone else's build, this gives you a great opportunity to just kind of get a feel for it. It's the equivalent of doing a paint by number. The hard work has been done for you, you just have to fill it in. The downside is that you're not, this has a ceiling. You're not really creating this. It's not really your build. You're copying it. So this can be a great learning tool for people, but I think a lot of people get stuck doing this. They get stuck just copying builds, and then they don't know how to make a build on their own that's just as good. So real life reference is pretty self-explanatory. It means that you are using a real life object, building, whatever it is. An example of this would be, let's say you love the Eiffel Tower and you want to maybe recreate it in Minecraft. The pros of this is that you're getting a very realistic source for your images, for your reference. However, the con is that it can be really overwhelming to convert a real-life object into Minecraft. There is a lot of detail in real-life images, and it's impossible to get that much detail in a blocking. And now, for the very last type of reference, we have different medium reference, and this one is my favorite for a lot of reasons. So, different medium means we're not using Minecraft as reference, we're using a different art form. So my favorite art form to reference is concept art, but you can reference anything. You can reference movies, you can reference video games, you can reference so many different types of art. It's really whatever you want. So for example, let's say you just played Elden Ring and you just absolutely love Elden Ring. You can use that as your reference and recreate it in Minecraft. One of the really amazing things about using different medium references in Minecraft is that it's already artwork. So you can usually, if you like it, it means it's good artwork. It has been idealized in the proper way. There's probably good composition, good color theory, etc. because the original is made by a professional artist, and your build has the potential to be as good, if not better. The one major downside to using concept art especially is in an age of AI art, sometimes art you find online doesn't actually make sense when you're looking at scale and proportion, and it can be really confusing to dissect those images in a way that makes sense. Also, sometimes artwork can be a little bit too stylized. Maybe you're looking for a more realistic look or a specific feel. Maybe the art that you're looking at is a bit too cartoony or a bit too detailed for what you can actually achieve in Minecraft. So I just want to clarify, using reference doesn't specifically mean that you copy something exactly. It doesn't necessarily mean you're rebuilding something that's identical to your reference. So it's more meant to be an inspiration and a guide when you are creating
I gotta
your
buy.
artwork.
I'm probably gonna have
So
to
if
buy
we're
that.
using the Elden Ring example again,
Where do I go? You never find me. That Jurassic World Rebirth is good. God damn you. Get sick of this goddamn shit.
I've never seen anything like it. Whoa! Turns out it was the place I've been looking for my whole life. A world where anything you can imagine, you can create. This is my first house, my second house, and my third house made entirely of sheep's wool. Pink house. Life was good. You can trash this unit! I'm up against it, man. My store, my wrists aren't what they used to be. I just orbiting crystal. Double cross us. I will crack your cabeza with my butt cheeks like a walnut. Alright guys, just start trashing their produce. Okay, hurry up! That guy's flown away! Oh, magic!
Nah, that's the worst boat I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I have no idea what I'm doing. Forget it! Let's go! Come on!
Well done. No.
Cards that I would have another first date ever, you know? I want to have the guts to invite you over to my house.
Hold on, y'all. Star Wars Attack of the Clones video game. Fucking idiots. I'm gonna kill you.
reference doesn't specifically mean that you copy some.
Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Star Wars Attack of the Clones video game. I love that music. Oh my god. I go crazy with it. Bum, 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 bum. If you guys are doing it like that.
At the call. There you are, sir. We're... You're coming up on the next hangar.
Fire on these fuckers. Got the package. Let's move.
Done. Force field. Seriously messed up, sir. This hangar is sealed. Let's move on to the next one. Scans indicate more ships in the vicinity. You must
they got some expert who's a psychologist talking about, well, Brian's not going to enjoy being isolated. And then you got another guy who says the opposite. Well, Brian's not going to enjoy not being isolated. So, listen, nobody clicked on those videos because we want to know if Brian Kohberger's going to be in a good mood or a bad mood. You click on the video because you want to hear, is something going to happen to this guy? What do the inmates think about him? Do they care at all, or is somebody already gunning for this guy? That's what we want to hear. So let me step in and tell you, this is how it's going to go. This is what the inmates are going to think, and all that good stuff. But just to warn you, you may not like everything I explain and break down here, but just here to tell you the truth. First off, is Brian Kohberger going to be isolated at all? Yeah, it matters. We know he's not going to get the death penalty. He won't be on death row. He eventually will make it to general population. Obviously, just like anybody, for the first 30 days, possibly 60, 90 days, he is going to be isolated. Everyone is. You have to go through, like every state prison, the reception and evaluation intake process. That's where they do all the medical tests, the psychological tests, if you need medication, if you were already on medication before you came to prison, just all of this evaluation that they do with any inmate, not just Brian Kohberger. And that takes time, and based off that, they decide what's your situation, your housing situation, and all that, what prison you're going to go to within the state prison system. Standard stuff. Who knows how long that will take, because Brian Kohberger, he likes to fancy himself a crafty man. I think he is, probably more than most guys who are in there. Of course, he's no genius, but I think it really is up to him and where he wants to try to maneuver himself to be. Personally, I think he would want to be around other inmates. I don't think he's really frightened to be around other inmates any more than anybody really would just going to prison. But hey, if everyone who was a little worried that maybe somebody's going to want to shove me and take my biscuit at breakfast, was allowed to be separated from everyone and just do their time by themselves, well, then everybody would be doing their time by themselves. It doesn't work that way. You don't just get to be isolated and protected because you raise your hand and ask for it. He ultimately will go to general population. I guarantee that. He will be around other inmates. Here's what's going to happen. Here's how he's going to be viewed by those inmates once he gets there. Oddly enough, I think one of the biggest challenges Brian Kohberger is going to have going into general population or any area of a prison where he's going to have a cellmate is finding someone who will be okay with being his cellmate. And that's for the simple reason he's this kind of inmate you don't want to be in a cell with. It's not because he's the biggest or the baddest or some tough guy and everyone is just fearful of him in that way. He's the big bully on the block. I don't think he'll ever be that. He's the kind of inmate. Are there killers in prison? Yes. A lot of them. Gang shootouts, drug deals gone bad. Brian Kohberger didn't commit these murders because he had to, because he felt threatened, or he was protecting himself or his family, or because there was a robbery. He went out and did this for what? Pure sport? For the love of the game? To see what it felt like? Or just sheer enjoyment? Maybe any and all of those things and more. That is the kind of guy, as someone, I've had many cellmates over my 10 years, I cannot live, that cell is my home. That cell block is my neighborhood. I cannot have peace and sleep at night if I'm in a cell with someone who is that unpredictable. I can't predict if I'm safe around you or not, to close my eyes and go to sleep, or to turn my back and use the toilet, to shave in the mirror, to write a letter at my desk, to prepare food, to turn my back on you at all. I never know why you do what you may do to me. These other guys, if you can categorize them more into something like, he was a crip, a blood on the street, and he got into a shootout. He got revenge because someone killed his cousin. So this guy, he was selling
weed, and somebody pulled up and pulled a gun out on him, so he shot him. They both shot each other. So, you can kind of figure out, kind of know what not to do to trigger that guy into wanting to do that to me. Because that's all you're doing to survive in prison. You're just kind of looking around, observing, analyzing, studying people, how they move, how they act, the situations they get into, why they got into them, and then what they do once they're in them. And after. It's a lot, but you got all day to do it every day. Brian, I don't think you're going to be able to figure him out like that. Who knows why he does what he does? And you don't want to live in a cell with a guy who might just wake up and want to kill you to see what it's like, or to get that feeling again. Does that make sense? That's not a guy I would feel at peace at. I need to feel at peace. When I go into the cell block, anything could happen. There could be a riot, there could be a robbery, there could be a stabbing, there could be this, there could be a fight. Someone could get mad, someone could be on K2 or prison one, get drunk and get out of character and out of their personality and pick a fight with me for nothing. I have to be alert. And once I get into that cell, and our time out of that cell for the day is done, and it's locked, I'm supposed to be able to feel peace with who my cellmate is. We're good in here. I can unwind, I can relax, I can take a look, continue my day, my night, whatever, and get a good night's sleep. I would not be able to do that with him, and I know most inmates would feel the same, even if they're tough themselves. Just because you're tough and you could handle it, hey, maybe you can beat the crap out of Brian Koberger if he tried you. I don't want to have to go to sleep every night and rub my little feet together and pull my blanket up and try to get a good snooze, thinking I might wake up at 2:30 a.m. to some guy standing over my bed that I'm going to have to beat up. Okay? It's not a good living arrangement. Now, there is a notorious gang in Idaho prisons called the Aryan Knights. They are a white race-based gang, as you can guess by the name, and they are a white supremacist gang. And they are, I believe in an article they were called the most notorious or the most deadly gang in that prison system. Most notably, years ago, two of the leaders broke out, killed, shot 2 corrections officers, I believe maybe murdered 2 more people while they were on the run for their car. Just heinous killer running in this area. And I guarantee you, they don't care who he killed. I know a lot of people say, you kill women or you hurt women, that's a no-no. Honestly, these days, there's a lot of people who go to prison for harming children or, abusing children in that way. And things don't work. There are people who go. But if it's only like half the time with those guys, let me tell you something. You're not going to like this, but this is in the HR department and ethics committee. It's prison, and those guys don't really care that he killed 4 college-aged adult students, 3 of them girls.
I'm gonna slit your fucking throats. Fucking niggers.
You're gonna like this, but the Aryan Knights are probably gonna want to recruit him. He's not stupid. He's not an idiot. At least compared to the characters you see back there. I mean, real idiots. I know there's people watching. I get it. You get what I'm saying. They're going to want to recruit him. And unfortunately, it's because he has already been separated from a majority of the prison population in there. It's because he has shown that he will.
I'm gonna slit your goddamn.
He has the stomach to do it. He has the wherewithal to do it. It doesn't bother him.
Goddamn throats.
And before you get mad at that and say, are you trying to tell me that those guys back there are actually going to respect or even fear or praise him for, yeah, he killed someone. He's a killer. But he killed 4 unsuspecting, sleeping, innocent college kids, 3 of them girls. I agree with you. And I'm not saying they respect it, get it too. I'm just saying they're going to notice and take notice. Because as everyone is back there, you're assessing who they bring to me. How do I survive back here? Who do I need to watch? Why do I need to watch? He will take a knife. By the way, there's no guns back there. Any old Joe McGee can't just pull it into the butter to your back and eliminate many people do you know out here who have guns, they carry guns, they own guns? They probably never use them. They want you to think they use them. They would never use them. They will never use them. They never have used them. They never will use them. They just want to act like they use them. Well, it's the same thing in there. There are plenty of guys, the youngsters, the gang members, all shapes and sizes and colors, really. Some people in there, almost everyone's carrying a knife. Almost no one will actually take it, use it with vicious intent, dead set on taking your life away from you. They may fake like they are and pull it out and wave it around and yell and do a lot of blah, blah, blah. But by him already showing that he will do that, will he have a harder time doing that to Big Bubba D, 3 cells down, 270 pounds, 6'1"? Of course. He'll have a harder time doing that than he did to these kids who are just trying to, go about, get some rest. Going to school. They're kids. They're students. 3 of them girls. Yeah, obviously, it's not going to be so easy for him. But he will do it. And he would get the better of some guys in there. He's a very tall man with some long reach. And he's going to be waving around some big knife. This is what people are going to think. They're not going to think, "Ow, he did it to them, he won't do it to me." Some guys are going to think that. But still, he's more dangerous than most guys in there. Yeah. Just because he's shown he'd do it. For that reason, he wears this invisible badge. Yes, I know, it's awful, it's sick. But, hey, it's a sick place with sick people in it. It's this invisible badge. He's a stabber. He will do it. He will use that knife. That is the weapon of the land in prison. Are you going to use it or are you not? And if you are, like he will, you better believe the area knights are going to want to recruit him. They're going to want him to join. I honestly feel like he would, because what I know about him, what we all know about him, what we've learned, I think he would see it as a great opportunity to, you're somewhat going to be protected just automatically by joining that. And it's a chance to rise through the ranks. He's going to want to use his mind and study all his higher-ups and his leaders and his fellow gang members and assess these situations and look for opportunities for him to climb that ladder in that hierarchy, gain power. He wants to feel like a powerful guy, a god, a decider of big, dangerous decisions. He likes that. It's the perfect avenue for him to do that. I think they will want to recruit him, and I think he will join them happily. And if that's the case, boy, listen, you could see him be a very dangerous inmate. So let's talk about how Bryan Kohberger would be beneficial to other inmates or not. Because I would always say, in prison, you're either useful to someone or you are useless to everyone. And one thing in prison you don't want to be is just useless to everyone. Nobody needs you for anything. There's no good reason for anyone to give a crap about you, because then your basic laws of the land, your prison code, when that starts getting violated against you by other inmates, and they do you just a little more wrong and a little more messed up than, your average inmate or any other inmate, just based off the, prison code. Nobody really cares or speaks up or says anything. They just allow it, and you just really fall to the very bottom of that hierarchy, that food chain, because dude, you don't even contribute anything to this cell block, to this community. You have people who get a lot of money. So if we're friends and I find a way to benefit you, or like get you access to substances you want, if I make prison wine, we're useful to each other. You pay me money, I make something that you can't make and you want. The food guy's always got a lot of food and he'll credit it out. Here's 2 soups, give me 4 back, stuff like that. You're useful to someone who gets money at certain points of the month but doesn't always have money or food and needs to come borrow that. And they're useful to you because they bring you, they bring you their business a lot, and you make a lot of profit off of it. You gotta contribute something here, even if it's small. But obviously, the more you contribute, the bigger you contribute, the more important you are, the more power, the better you live. And that benefit, what you contribute, that doesn't just have to be, food, some money. That could be intimidation, muscle. dangerous and deadly you are. You know, I mean, you'll be an enforcer. Gangs love to have somebody like that. That just makes things run that much smoother for them because everyone knows that they got that guy on their side and he's in this cell block. Makes a huge difference, and people will give him things and give him very good treatment just for being that guy. Now, I'm not painting Brian Koberger in that picture of, you know, the big jacked guy on the block who's just, you know, like I mentioned earlier. Not that type of scary guy in prison, but I think Brian's main benefit is going to be that he can be befriended, probably by a gang, the Aryan Knights, and molded kind of and packaged into this threat that they have to utilize at their discretion. Yeah, he's tall, he's not very muscly, he doesn't really have muscles, he's lanky, he's skinny, he's tall, but he's crazy. He's crazy. I mean, the type of prison crazy that people are like, man, watch that guy, he's crazy. And if you don't think that inmates try to lean into that, certain ones, you know, if you can pull that off and people kind of suspect that about you, if you don't think they play that up and lean into that to really just deter, you know, any issues or, you know, just make it that much more not worth it for an inmate to mess with them or bother them about the lesser important issues and little petty things or just try to bully me, oh, they do. And Brian Koberger could probably do that harder than anyone because he actually is deeply disturbed and sick and crazy, but not crazy enough to not recognize he's being seen that way and play into it. And if he doesn't see it and doesn't know to do that, those Aryans will let him know, and they will make sure that he learns to do that. I think that's his biggest benefit to someone. Someone's going to want to take him on and make him that type of guy and have him on their team. And maybe even use them. Listen, there's nothing more dangerous. There's no more danger. I don't care how big you are or what. If you're the biggest guy and you are the deadliest, you know, you took MMA, you are a trained fighter, and you have 6 months left to serve in prison. You are not more dangerous than a guy who doesn't know how to fight, but he is never getting out. He's never going home. He has nothing to care about, nothing to live for, and nothing to lose. I will stand on that all day. The big guy is not more dangerous than that guy because of their situation. The situation any inmate is in is what mostly determines how dangerous they are. Brian Koberger is getting, 4 life sentences consecutive with no chance of appeal because he pled guilty. It's over. He's done. He's got nothing to lose. He may very well, he enjoyed it so much the first time, it seems, he may very well want to do it again in prison. If you hear about something happening, or an altercation, violent altercation happening with Brian Koberger in the next few years in prison, I would bet you, it's not going to be somebody doing something to him. It's him having done something to somebody. Now, if you see a headline in the future, Brian Koberger gets knocked out in the cafeteria in prison by some big inmate, don't run over here and be like, oh, yeah, you were wrong. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Listen, at the end of the day, we can put all this to the side, and Brian Koberger could sneeze on the back of somebody's neck on accident. He could bump into someone and not say, excuse me. He could step on somebody's new shoes. He could breathe too hard on somebody's food tray at the table, and that guy woke up and his girlfriend just left him and he just missed his kid's first Christmas, or, you know, and run over here and be like, oh, getting 4 life, getting it.
I don't know if I made a crafting table.
Big jacked guy on the block. No. Give him things and give him very good treatment just for being that guy. I give him things. He's looking for them. Gangs love to have somebody like that. Prison code and good thing.
Motherfuckers.
I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, you kill women or you hurt women. That's it. But honestly, these.
Let's go, Master. Falling up, sir.
You fucking idiots.
And Brian Kohberger could sneeze on the back of somebody's neck on accident. He could bump into someone and not say excuse me. He could step on somebody's new shoes. He could breathe real hard on somebody's food tray at the table, and that guy woke up and his girlfriend just left him and he just missed his kid's first Christmas, or you know, and they're having the worst day and they decide, I don't care about none of that, and they just hit Brian right in his mouth. It happens. That's more likely to happen than someone going after an inmate based on like their charges or who they did. It's more about what goes on in the day-to-day in there. That's really when stuff happens. Brian would survive that. If he gets beat up, somebody wants to fight him, beat him up, okay. Who doesn't get in a fight when they go to prison? I mean, if getting got, they got him. They got Kohberger in prison. If getting got is just getting into a scuffle, little fisticuffs, throwing a couple punches, maybe a little bit of wrestling, a little 20-second fight, that's getting got. But Lord, everyone's got got. There ain't a person who's been to prison who ain't got got. I mean, getting got, I mean, we're talking, will he survive? Will someone take him out before Father Time does? I don't think so. I think he will survive. I think he'll be very dangerous and deadly. He will be taught and trained and shaped by a deadly, powerful gang in the Idaho prisons. And they will just continue to feed each other. He's not going to benefit anyone because, you know, he's not like some of these guys who, you know, like Wade Wilson, he's got all this money, he's got all these fangirls. Will Brian probably get some letters from a few sick women? Maybe men? Sure. Sure he will. Nothing on the level of, you know, Wade Wilson. I mean, this guy in I mean, he looks like Count Olaf from Lemony Snicket. He's not exactly, you know, a heartthrob or anything, or some bad boy, you know, fantasy man. He's not known to really have a whole bunch of money. Probably not any more than just your average guy in there. He probably has a little something to get him a little bit of canteen here and there. Nothing that would make him a target for, instead of recruiting you to be in our gang for, you know, the right reasons when it comes to why a gang would want you to join. You know, this little trick of, oh, I'm going to throw my arm around you, you just stick with me, you can join our gang. Heard you got several $1 million. Yeah, yeah, make sure nothing happens to you. We're going to need a good bit of that every so often. You know, he's not a target for extortion, which is the most inspiring reason to inmates to want to come after you and really go out of their way to put some pressure on you and do something to you and just lay down an unfortunate situation for you. So I don't think he'll have that problem. All in all, I think he will ultimately probably do something very, very serious to an inmate while he's behind bars. And because of that, they don't just leave you there. After you do that, to continue doing that to other inmates, he will be taken and thrown into extreme isolation because he's going to be an extremely dangerous, deadly inmate. He's going to have more murder charges. And then, we'll probably see him. That's what I think. Let me know if you agree. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gave you some insight and some information. Other than that, I will see you next time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christina Green, and I'm the dentist who helped Jumpsuit Pablo get his smile back. But it wasn't just about his smile. It was about getting his health, his confidence, and being able to fully live again. If you've been hiding your smile, or you think that full mouth reconstruction is out of reach, Dr. Green, and I'd love to see if I can help you.
Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today I will be offering an update on the case of Ryan Kohberger. The format for this video will be...
Many of you were surprised at a point that I made in my last video on how Carmelo Anthony's family has actually costed Carmelo extra years in prison. So many extra years. You wanted me to expound on that further because you had not heard anyone make that point. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm giving you the perspective not of a YouTuber reacting to news, but of an attorney who's practiced for more than 20 years. This is behind the scenes info, so let's get to it. Now, let me explain on how Carmelo's mother basically sentenced her own son Carmelo to an extra 10 to 30 more years in prison, and what she can do about it now to try to fix it. I explained in my last video that Jeff Metcalf is the person in Carmelo's case. Now, who is that? Of the young man that Carmelo Anthony killed, Austin Metcalf. The father... Chapter Medicare. If someone you love is on Medicare, this matters. The Department of Justice just revealed a huge fraud.
Recently, there's a very interesting photo that started trending online. It's not CGI, it's not AI. It is an actual photograph of Nikolai Valuyev. You probably know him for his boxing career. He's a world champion. He's a Russian boxer. After his boxing career ended, he went into politics. So this is a picture of him in a suit doing some politics stuff. This photo is going around, and people are saying very, well, I even saw a geneticist online making claims that he seems like maybe a missing link and so on. A lot of cruel things are being said about him for this photograph, and I would like to set the record straight as someone who teaches biology and studies unusual cases of anatomy. You probably know my videos on skull elongation. Well, this is a case of natural skull modification. This is not skull binding or anything like that. And what will surprise a lot of people is that this is not genetic. His parents did not have this trait, and his children will not have this trait. This condition is evolutionarily irrelevant. He's not a missing link. People are commenting saying, oh, now that he's gone into politics, he lost half of his brain. And, you know, people are just jokes like that. His brain is not unusual.
Hamon takes that and he says, well, in this very specific instance, it means to apply a drug to your eye.
You fake? Here's some Greek for you, Wes. You idiot. It's in the book of Revelation, you moron.
This is really creepy, guys. This man looks like he got possessed by a demon while
Don't remember what day it was. God damn you. I'll fucking kill you, god damn it. Fucking nigger. Goddamn cunt. I didn't notice what
Ever
time
feel
it
stuck
was.
or uninspired? Well, here's 20 build ideas.
Oh, that's cool.
Help inspire you. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. This is my first video doing this, so I appreciate all the love and support down in the comments below. You know, giving me a like and subscribe as well if you like the video. You can actually download this world in the Discord down in the description below. Also, if you have any mod questions, like my shaders, even my eyes moving right now, so go check out that Discord. And if you just want to hang out with a nice wholesome community, as well as maybe hang out in the streams, I try to stream every Monday through Thursday, and then
Like, when in The Sims, you have, like, a social bar, like, talking with Mr. Eevee doesn't really fill that bar.
You fucking idiot. Get over there, god damn you.
10k what?
Shit.
It was 10k? I bought a camera today, it was 10k, but, like, I have a camera now. Well, congrats! What type of camera? DSLR? Okay, fine. What nerdy goose outlaw?
Konnichiwa.
That's a compliment. Do you not get it? That's a compliment. No, yeah, my dad bought it. That's awesome. Congrats on getting a camera. That's always super exciting. That's a compliment, Nerdy Goose Outlaw. That means we're like the same person. Not that you're boring. What camera tone, if you don't mind? It's a digital camera or something, I'm not sure. I just want some vintage pictures. Oh! Wait, so kind of like those 2000s Vive camera? Those are cool. Okay, and then we need a helmet. And we need pants. The old cameras are cool. Y2K baddie? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you.
That's so cool. Alright, we're ready for round 2. No, not yet. We need some arrows.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, I think here's my plan. I think for round 2... Does it have the guts? Oh my gosh, Emma.
What? Texas is flooding? Oh wow, 6 dead. Oh, that sucks, dude. What the fuck, Bill? I didn't know that.
Helicopters and 2 Parks and Wildlife helicopters and 2 Parks and Wildlife helicopters. We
Repeats himself.
planned for shifts. We're going to work throughout the night. So when we started this at 4 o'clock in the morning, we've been working this all day. We've got a B shift and a C shift that are going to come in and relieve, so there won't be a gap in the search and rescue operations. But the governor said it accurately, is there's too many unknowns, and there's information that sometimes it sounds conflicting. You have a report that there's 20 people missing from one camp, and then you have a report that everybody's accounted for. Well, there's 2 camps that are split with the same name. So we don't want to get in front of that. It's taking some time to get in there with all the resources we have. As bad as the storm was this morning, our helicopters had a hard time getting in, and so a lot of people that were cut off, they were counted as missing. They don't have cell service or electricity, but they're on high ground and they're safe. So we have gotten to several of these where there's as many as 200 in one location. We're able to bring in food and water and supplies to them. It's just taking time to get them out of there. At the same time, there's other camps where we know that people are missing, and there's search and rescue operations going on. Parks and Wildlife using their boat teams, some of our tactical marine assets. They go as far as they can go, and then they go on foot the rest of the way. So it's not easy, but we're making progress and hope to have better numbers later this afternoon. As the Lieutenant Governor said, we'll be on the ground here shortly with our first responders there in Kerrville. I know there's reunification centers stood up, one in Ingram at the elementary school, at 125 West Brave Run in Ingram. There's another one at the Arcadia Live Center on Walter Street in Kerrville. And then there's media staging at the Hill Country Youth Event Center in Kerrville.
where there'll be immediate
Oh, I need a
later on.
fucking...
A couple of things.
I need a sword
Lieutenant
because
Governor
I
said
need
we don't need
sheep.
any more first responders. We don't need anybody to self-deploy. We don't need any more drones or helicopters. We don't need people just showing up. This is a very coordinated response. Stay away from the area if you can. Stay home with your families. That's the right thing to do, to stay out of this area. There's working with TxDOT. We know there's over 85 locations that have been impacted by high water, and at least 25 roads shut down. Right now, the rain has let up, but we know there's another wave coming, and then there's going to be some more impact downstream later tonight and tomorrow that we're concerned about. So we'll continue to work with locals. We're also doing rescue operations and evacuation operations in Tom Green County and Campbell County. We're concerned about San Saba downriver, so there will be more notifications coming out. If you're asked to evacuate, please evacuate. If you are on a roadway and you see water, you have no idea how deep that water is or how swift it is. Stop, turn around. Do not try to cross water if you don't know, you can't tell how deep it is. But the best advice is stay home. And I know y'all want numbers. I wish we had numbers. Those numbers change frequently. Like I said, some people are reporting as missing, and they're not missing. They were evacuated. They're safe. They just didn't. No family member is concerned, not knowing where they are. So, with that, Governor, I'll turn it back over to you.
I do want to mention before I turn it over to Pete that I was in touch with the governor early this morning with Senator Ted Cruz. We've been in touch, tried to reach out to the sheriff, or not tried, reached out to the sheriff and the county judge in Kerr County, and understandably they're busy, not answering their phone. They're getting a lot of calls from a lot of people, but that's why we're going down there. But we are in touch between our departments. We are in touch with them. We've had multiple calls from the White House today. I've talked to several people at the White House. The president has sent the message, whatever we need, we will have. We are sending in the Army Corps of Engineers, which is one of the requests we made, to look at the dam at Canyon Lake, to make sure that dam holds. I just had a meeting with them before I came out here. I said, is the dam safe? And they said, it is safe, sir. I said, safe tomorrow? It is safe, sir. I said, well, if anything changes on that, you call me on speed.
All right, so there you just heard from state officials, the lieutenant governor giving the very latest on what we know about what has happened with this deadly flooding event. We have a crew standing by in Kerrville, and I want to get to them really quickly. This is the press conference happening there locally in Kerrville. Okay, so they're getting ready to talk. Looks like they're still getting everybody together. Really quickly before we toss to that, urgent flood warning coming from Comal County. If you are along the Guadalupe River, this is Comal County Emergency Management. They are saying between the Campbell and Comal County line and Canyon Lake, you need to evacuate. Let's listen.
Yeah, let's listen. We will have some local and state partners today speaking about this response and all that's going on. We understand the public has many questions about what has happened, about evacuations, about the number of casualties, and other information. At this point, it is simply too early to confirm all of these details accurately. This is an active, evolving emergency, and our teams are working around the clock to rescue survivors, reunite families, and collect reliable information. We know this uncertainty is incredibly hard, and we want everybody to know that every resource available is being directed towards search and recovery. This is a very wide response throughout all of Kerr County. As soon as we can confirm details, we will deliver them to you. We also want to be upfront that due to the rapidly changing nature of this situation, we will not be taking questions at the conclusion of this briefing. We are committed to keeping you informed, and we will provide the media with a time and location for the next scheduled press conference as soon as we're confirmed. At this time, I would like to invite Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha for an update.
Yeah, there we go. I'm Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha. Want to tell you, appreciate y'all coming down here to cover this stuff. What I want you to know, we're not here to hide anything from the media. We'll keep y'all updated as much as we can, as fast as we can. But y'all got to understand, right now, the only concern we have is rescuing everybody and all these kids out here. What I can say, you know, there's still several people unaccounted for. right now at this point, but we're working really hard and we're going to continue. This is probably going to be a couple of day process, okay? We don't know when it's going to stop raining, how much more, hopefully not much more. What I can tell you, at this time, currently, we have identified 13, we haven't identified and we have located 13. At this time, there'll be more when this is over, and we'll do our best job to keep you all informed as we can. What I'd like to tell you about is our reunification centers. One of them is at Ingram Elementary. That address is 125 Brave Run West, Ingram, Texas. The other one is at the Arcadia Live, which is at 717.
You little bitch, get over there, goddammit. Oh, you motherfucker. God damn it, bitch. God damn it. I died of thirst, you fags. God damn it. Fucking idiot. Get over there, gosh damn you. I'm probably gonna listen to all the Star Wars, first one and then the second one, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
No.
you